Okay, so you can't really see what I've done on the table very well right now, but I've got an old page protector from a scrapbook cut apart into 2 pieces and just taped down on my table, and I've got some watered down Mod Podge, and I'm gonna just kind of spread that in a thin coat on both pieces of plastic. I have 2. And then I've just got a kitchen spatula. I've got some dried up parts that I'm gonna, I just want to get a thin layer. I saw this on Patty Tolly Parrish's channel, and I've been wanting to try it. What I'm going to do is let this layer dry. This is an old jar, so I have a lot of stuff from the sides that might have fallen down. I'm just trying to get rid of it. Like I said, it's kind of gotten... Well, I watered it down for a project. All right. So now I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit, and I am not going to wait for this to dry. I think it can all dry kind of as one layer overnight, and then I'm going to add a layer on top. But what I'm going to do is take some Tulip Slick Black, and on one of them I want to go in circles, and on the other one I'm going to go back and forth. So I'm going to just get the paint going. And I want it to be encased in this gel medium. I just don't want to touch the paint when it's wet. And then I want to come across. Alright, and then on this one, I'm going to go in circles. I actually kind of like some of those just random dots too. Alright, so now there's still plenty of paint in this jar for another time. I didn't buy the white, but I definitely want to buy some of the white and do it on the white also. And I'm going to let that dry. I think I'm going to let it dry overnight. And then what I'm going to do is come back and add another layer of the Mod Podge, the wet gel medium, so that it's really encased, and let it dry. So then I can pick this up and peel it off and cut it and use gel medium to apply it to mixed media pieces in the future. Basically, it's making like an acrylic skin. Alright, so I'm going to turn the camera off and let that dry. I don't want to use my heat gun or do anything that makes the black paint change shape tomorrow, and lay another coat of of the gel medium. Okay, so it's basically dry, and you can see how it goes clear. A little dry piece of this one. And I'm just going to cut it on the plastic. Actually, I think. I'm going to put it on a jelly print that already exists. Now you could peel it off the plastic and reuse your plastic. I'm just gonna, for my purposes today. And you don't want to set them on top of each other. I'm probably gonna put mine on a clip and kind of hang them somewhere on the wall. But what you do is you get it, and you can see it's gonna, but it'll peel carefully away. And you don't really want it to touch on itself, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, got just a little bit of Mod Podge left in this bottle, so I'm going to take and brush on some wet Mod Podge, or gel medium is fine too. You can use like Golden's, or I'm just trying to use up this Mod Podge that I have. And I'm going to peel that off, and you can see how it came off in my hands. You can cut it. So I'm just going to cut a little piece away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that in. Right here. And then put like another coat over it and let it dry. Now it did kind of fold on itself on this one side when I took it off, but that's okay, it's just a little thicker there. And this is raised anyways, where the paint is, where the black paint is raised. Now I could take the time and cut more away if I wanted to. You can see that the plastic is clear. I'm gonna put the heat gun on this, and I'll be right back and show you. Alright, so you can see that it's gone clear, and you can see the color underneath it. It'll go even clearer. It's still a little probably wet underneath it, and it's smooth, but you can definitely feel the gel medium, but just like you would any other application of gel medium. And so once again, you put a layer of the gel medium down on a piece of plastic. This is just a scrapbook page cover. And then put on your fine line paint. This just happens to be the Tulip Slick brand. Let it dry completely. I let it dry overnight, and then I put a light coat on top, let that dry. And you can see that this still has to dry in some places, that it's still hazy. And then set it, don't set it on top of each other. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna clip mine and hang it someplace in the studio where it'll be there, and you can just peel it off and cut the pieces. I just cut the plastic because it was easier on the camera, and I didn't want to use a whole bunch of it. It wasn't all dry. So again, these are old and I won't use them in a scrapbook page, so I may just cut it up and use it that way. Just be patient when you're peeling it. Thanks for watching.